is Hope, and I'm finally back in booktube. I'm not going to talk to you about all the reasons that I wasn't here, but I'm just going to start making videos, and this is going to be my little update on what I'm currently reading and what I'm planning on. I'm currently reading a couple of books, and I am reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I really love Donna Tartt. I just started reading her. I haven't read any of her books. I haven't read The Goldfinch or Little Friend, but I started all of them, and I really love her writing style. It's amazing. It's really beautiful. And The Secret History is a really beautifully written novel. It is about a guy who's really poor, and he goes to college, and he meets so many people there who are rich, and he studies Greek there in a little community where it's really hard to get in, and there's where he meets a couple of friends, actually a few of them, and a murder happens, and you find this in the beginning, so it's not a spoiler, and you just want to find out who did it and why. Actually, you kind of know that somebody from that group did it, but you want to know why they did it, so that's why it's really beautiful. But it's college boys and girls finding out about themselves, so that's what really matters, and I really, really like it. Also, I've been reading Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and it's so stunning. I just couldn't believe that it's such a beautiful book. I just don't have it right now with me, but I definitely recommend it. If you like Pride and Prejudice meets Dodie Smith's, I forgot the name of the book, but I'm definitely gonna put a picture of it somewhere here if I figure it out. But it's just such a beautiful book. It's a classic, and I started reading it because of BookTube. It is amazing, and I highly recommend it. So those are a couple of things that I'm reading. And Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, and it looks like this. I read it in my Kindle, and I really enjoyed reading it. It was just a lovely memoir. It was so true to her. If you actually ever listened to her, you would hear her voice while reading it. And you can find her channel on YouTube. It is Ask a Mortitian. And she is a mortician. And she works in a crematory. She is just such a lovely lady, and you find out a lot about death from her and her view on it, actually. So she talks about what we should be doing to our dead in all of her interviews, and she thinks that we should have a closer relationships to our dead bodies in a way that we should nurture it and not be scared of it. And in her book, she talks about what she did as a mortician and what her life was in a crematory. And there are some scenes that are really gruesome, but really necessary to the book that I really enjoyed. Also, the beginning, I think it was so strong. The way she talks about how she comes there, and she just basically doesn't know anything about it, how you should treat those dead people. She thinks that she is just a kid treating somebody who died, and it is just a beautiful thing. So she comes there in a crematory, and she basically wants to treat dead like they are still alive, and she thinks that she is not really up to the job, which is really human, and I love it so much. She talks about death throughout the history and how we should treat our dead, and she talks about different burials in the world, and there are different kinds that she is interested in and that she finds really interesting. And even though I'm not up for some of them, I think it's really interesting to hear about that. And basically, if you are interested in this topic, if you're interested in a way we bury our dead, if you're interested in death and burials, different kinds of burials, in all sorts of things about death and crematory, you should totally read this book. And also listen to her interviews on YouTube. You can find a lot of her interviews about where she talks about her books, reads chapters from it, and it's really great. I'll just read you the first paragraph of this book so you can just see how it really feels when you're reading it. Shaving Byron. A girl always remembers the first corpse she shaves. It is the only event in her life more awkward than her first kiss or the loss of her virginity. The hands of time will never move quite so slowly as when you are standing over the dead body of an elderly man with a pink plastic razor in your hand. And that's basically how she talks about it. It's kind of, she's trying to be funny about death, but still trying to teach you something. And basically this is all I wanted to talk about. I have so many different things to talk about this book, but it's kind of, not spoilery, but I want you to read it and experience it for yourself. And I'm sorry about this video. It's kind of weird, but I'm just starting to get into it. So this is it, guys. Tell me what you're reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I recommend it highly, and I don't want to talk about that. It is a memoir. Can we start from the beginning because I sort of view historical point? She talks about death throughout the history, and the way I said interested a lot of times, didn't I? Also, what's funny about her, and can you just stop at the next